I'm Lorilyn, and this is week 4 at Lake Tahoe Community College for our spring quarter 2020. Now, this week in our pre-recorded practice, I introduced a vinyasa called Circling the Winds. In that vinyasa, we have a transition from downward facing dog to a low lunge. Now, sometimes, depending on your physical condition, that can be a little challenging to step forward from downward facing dog, and it can be challenging to step back to downward facing dog. I'm going to offer you a couple different options in how to make that a little easier for you. Okay? So watch. I'm going to start in downward facing dog. In our vinyasa Circling the Winds, once we are in downward facing dog, we begin to step forward into a low lunge, like this. Well, now what if this step forward isn't really a step forward? It's more like a half step forward. It gets stuck right about there. If you find that this is happening, and it is extremely common, okay? If you find that that's what's happening, you're kind of right about here, and you can't quite get that knee forward, try this. Lift to the foot and bring the thigh in close to the chest. Shift your weight forward until your shoulders are in line with your wrists, and then bring the foot down, wherever it comes down. Then back knee comes down. Your hand assists your shin forward. And then untuck the back toes and inhale. You lift your heart and your arms to the sky. Now how about stepping back from here? How do we get that done? Same thing. You lift the back knee and you help the shin back just a little bit. Get it back as far as you can on your own. And then if it sticks right about in that same place, bring your back knee down. Walk that leg back. Find a good integrity in your tabletop pose first. Then move into your downward facing dog. So one more time. I'm going to step forward with my left foot. Bring the back knee down. Help my left shin forward, and then untucking the back toes, there's my lunge. If from here we're going into a high lunge, let's say we're going from downward facing dog into a high lunge, the back knee would lift, and keeping your back legs straight and your feet in railroad track alignment. So I'm not crisscrossing my legs over. I've got space between my inner ankles. And then, inhaling, we rise. Now there's one more lunge position that we commonly move into from downward facing dog. It's Virabhadrasana 1, your warrior 1 pose. Take a look at my back leg. I'm going to step over just a little, and I'm going to bring my heel in towards midline just a bit so that my right toes are facing the right corner of the mat. And then I rise up. To come back to downward facing dog from warrior 1, the back heel lifts, and then you step back as far as you can. And maybe you need to bring that back knee down to help the leg back the rest of the way, and then revisit your downward facing dog. Thank you so much for your time and your attention today, and I hope this is beneficial. Namaste.